Hey guys, SafeTrx, absolute key for the Bamboo Warehouse Freedom Pedal. It's a non-negotiable. Please get it on your phones, get it working. There will be no exceptions on this. You need to have a smartphone. You need to have either a Apple phone or any one of the Android phones. That's Samsung, Hawaii, Sony. All those phones run Android, and SafeTrx works quite happily on those. You'll need to have the latest version of the RSA SafeTrx installed. That's the South African version of SafeTrx. And the latest update was just a couple of days ago. So almost every single one of us is going to go and need to update to the very, very latest version. You do that via your App Store or via your Play Store if you're on an Android phone. Once it's installed, you're going to open up the app and you can see the icon I've got here, RSA SafeTrx. It's the black square with an X in the middle, a blue X. So I'm going to open that up. You're going to get presented with this screen. Ignore the red bar at the top. That's just part of this recording I'm doing now. We're going to go into track only mode. Do not use sale plan. Use track only mode. We open that up and you'll get prompted with a couple of messages. Work through those messages and click them off once you understand them. Up here on the top, select vessel. You're going to choose the vessel you're going to be racing on. This is pretty important. If you're borrowing a boat, chartering a boat, you need to load that boat with its description, because the reason behind this is that the NSRI can then recognize your boat based off the description that you've given. So please update your SafeTrx if you're not using a boat that you normally use. I'm going to be paddling in my Fen Elite S Carbon, so I've selected that boat. Now, very important, underneath the select vessel, you can see there's a new field, enter Flotilla event code. If that is missing, it means you do not have the latest version of SafeTrx installed. Push that, and we're going to load a Flotilla event code. This is what is going to enable the race organizers and the spectators to watch us race. This is a new feature, and it's only here for those events that are running tracking so the public can see what's going on. So you're going to test this feature by putting in the word test. Come race day, we will put in another code called freedom, and that will be to monitor us on the race. We're using test code right now to test that this is working beforehand. So once I've entered the test code, there it is. I am now going to slide the slider to continuous because we want it updating all the time. If it's updating every 10 minutes, then the tracking is not live and it makes it very difficult to watch. Once you've done that, simply hit start and it's ready to go. Simple as that. And I will show you how the URL works in the next little part of this program, and show you the website that you can go and look at to see if this is up and running. Thanks, guys. So once you've got SafeTrx up and running on your phone, that is, you've put in the tracking code, you can test that it's working, and please do this before you come down to race day. Before you come to registration, do this at home wherever you are in South Africa or Namibia. You can do this. Make sure you're running the local SafeTrx. Come to this URL here, flotilla.safetrxapp.com/events/SAServski/test. This is simply just a test. This is not what we're going to be using on race day. But once you've got SafeTrx loaded and you've put in the code test as instructed, you give it a couple of moments, you should see yourself pop up on the screen. Now, if you're in Durban, you're going to need to scroll this around. You can zoom in and out until you can see yourself in Durban or Namibia or anywhere else on the globe. And you will need to come down to this drop-down menu, and it'll show everybody that's on at the moment. So right now I'm running my phone, and you can see that I'm sitting here at home. Yes, I do live in Woodstock on the slopes of Devil's Peak. So you'll be able to see yourself here. If you don't see yourself there, something has gone wrong. Please double check that you've entered the code correctly, that your SafeTrx is up and running, and so on and so forth. Please do some troubleshooting. Otherwise, get in touch with me via the WhatsApp group, and we can troubleshoot that. And then on race day, this is going to enable us to see everybody on the race course as we head over to Robben Island, around Robben Island, and return. So things like we can show labels, turn labels on and off, and there's quite a few features we can play with here, and spectators can come and check it out. The difference on race day is instead of the word test here, it'll say freedom pedal, and the code we will load on race day is freedom. So instead of loading the code test as you've done right now, you're going to load the code freedom, and the URL for tracking everything will be exactly this URL except freedom pedal at the end of this. We ask that you guys work with us on this and just download the software, get used to it, get it working, Test it right now. Sit on your computers at home and get this working. It is there for your safety, and it's also there for the spectators, and it's also there for the sponsors because they get a bit more exposure out of this as well. So it's good for the sport all around. It's good for us as individuals, and it's good for us as race organizers. So please, just figure this out. Jump on it. It's really exciting, and hopefully we're going to see this used more and more at other events because it really is quite amazing from a safety perspective and from a spectator perspective. So make sure the spectators have got that URL so they can watch you go around the island. Thanks, guys.